good day, good day, good day. This is Monica Go today, and I am just excited with all of my friends around the world. I know that you and everyone around the world are giving a go to your life. And these are one of the things that I just love to do, to share accomplishments, but to share the nitty-gritty of people's lives. And I have my dear friend, a dear friend that kind of like circumstances just bumped into each other. And we kind of like knew that we were going to meet, but really when it's a God incident, it's way overwhelming. And with me today, I have my dear friend that I could call my friend, Val Alino. She is a pure woman, half Mexican, half American, but she has a whole heart for her people. Val, you're all in. Thank you for giving a go to your life and sharing everything that you have for so many people that listen to you and that admire you. You're a superhero for many, and now I know why.
Aww.
Welcome aboard, my dear.
Thank you, Monica. It's such a pleasure to be here with all of you, wherever you are in the world. This is a God-sent friendship, for sure. We are in London live now. We had no idea we were going to meet. We didn't know of each other's existence, but God had a plan. And we are here now before all of you with no agenda other than sharing our hearts and our love, time, and talent with all of you in hopes that it can inspire you in any way, form, or possibility to lift you in oneness, to go forward in life and live the madness of life that you and I are living, Moni.
Yes. Yes, and what I love about this podcast and I love about the people that hear the Monica Go podcast is that we're going back to basics. We're going back to really the successful Val Alino has a story that shook her, moved her, and gave her that platform to be catapulted to another level. Are you okay in talking about kind of like the hardship about your life? What was going on in your life? The people that could be seeing this smiling, beautiful Mexican-American woman, she's got a story that you would never think that she has. And it's all you. Give us that heartfelt moments that you've gone through.
Absolutely. I have no problem sharing now, although I was silent for most of my life. And this is what it's all about, sharing our truth so that no one needs to hold on to their pain this long. That for me, it literally almost took my life. When you are in silent and suffering for such a long time and you're easing your wounds with a Band-Aid, because for me that Band-Aid was and is service work, and that helped me cope through. But at the end, I waited too long, and when you wait too long, you lose the will to live, and we do not want this in your podcast, in anyone's life, in the work that we are doing, and we are definitely here to share. When culturally, you are taught to be silent depending on where you are in the world. And for us, Latinos, Mexicans, we are taught that. We are taught to put a shell over our heart that if you speak your truth, you will suffer more. And for me, my parents had gone through a divorce, and then I had a stepfather coming in that was my abuser, among other things. And I just didn't want to be that burden to my mother. I felt as a young child, if I spoke my truth, my mom would have a second heartbreak, and then it would be on me, my fault. But we know now that that's not the case. And for me, I was at a time in my life when I was terribly tired, and I just wanted to call it a night. And I pursued to make that happen, and I was half of a pill away from not waking up ever. So that was a huge awakening call for me when I did have a second opportunity to live, and now I live a life that nothing stops me. I am actually injured right now. I had a motorcycle accident. And
she's an adventurous girl. What could you say?
And it's pretty brutal, and I still got on this plane to come to London as I knew that all that we are doing here would be a push to continue to do God's work on earth. And when you have found your why, and I want to stop, and when I say found, you don't really have to find your why, because the why is gifted to you by divinity when you're born. Everybody has a why. We don't see it clearly because of all the wounds and the dust and the spider webs in our heart. The why is there. And so now that it's clear to me, I want to help people early on, that they don't have to wait for a trauma, a drama, a pain, accident, a tragedy to awaken.
Exactly.
No more waiting for that. We wake today, now. As you're hearing this podcast, you wake up now, because there is no tomorrow. We were just with somebody that said everything has to happen, not in the grave, like now.
Now. Exactly, because when you're so hurt, you're so vulnerable, and sometimes you don't know where to go to, who to talk to, and then you hit yourself being so guilty about what you were going through that you wanted to take your life away.
Yeah.
There's so many people today with that sense of, let me take my life away. I'm in a depression. Who's going to help me? And really, really, there's something that is more powerful than our own burdens. And what was that, other than trying to you were half a pill away for you to die.
Yeah, 3 days unconscious, absolutely. I understood that I had more to give and more to awaken and heal. And when you go down in the healing process, I mean, I am a live conscious parenting spiritual coach, NLP practitioner, and now an international keynote speaker. As you go around talking to people, there's all different ways of healing. But the true healing does happen when we understand that our perpetrator, our abusers, are the people that are hurting us, that we have labeled as our aggressors. They are not less aggressors than we ourselves for allowing all that to happen to ourselves. These people that are coming to our lives, we must look at them as teachers, because they have been so hurt themselves that they don't know any better. So when you can see it through the eyes of God, that it's just another broken person that has come here to awaken you, yes, in a brutal way, because what child needs to go through sexual abuse? What human being needs to go through any kind of abuse or trauma? We don't need that. But yet, when you go through it, the lessons are so strong that you are able to awaken in a way that you will be a vessel for others. And if that's what I had to go through, that's just a taste of so many other things that I've gone through life. I'm okay with it now. I am okay with. I'm not only okay with it, I'm thankful for it, because now I could be a big advocate for all the different causes that have come my way through all the different countries and journeys that I now endeavor.
I love that, because one of the things that we could see, that our life, with all of the ashes and the things that are burned inside, I love it when the ashes become our gifts. And this is what Val Alino does with her ashes, has become the powerful woman, the superhero for many people, because people like you and me need to listen to these stories. We're not the only ones that go through hard times. There's people around the world that are struggling, and there's a way out. And I want to just say that you're listening in any country, and I'm so thankful that you are opening your mind and your heart for this moment. Because if you've been thinking about taking your life away, about hurting yourself, to being your own enemy, you're not at fault. You're not at fault. You need to come up and get your ashes and put them so they could be a beauty for someone else. Tell us about a moment, or moments that have been so precious for you, that you've been able to see a person change because of your testimony.
I think there are endless stories, but more so than that, the way that I go around teaching about this beautiful life of service is, you think you're going to go and leave a trace there by telling your story, but at the end, those who you are going to help completely turn your life around. And I speak about this, how I really learned the depthness of prayer through homeless people that just, I was walking by and they felt my ache and pain, and they out of the blue came and said, can we pray over you? And I felt like God's presence in that moment with people that were hurting more than me. You know, it was cold that day and they were in the streets. So when you think you're going to, for me, I want to leave with all of you that are listening, is to let go of form, of what it looks like for you to be a server and just show up flawlessly with no agenda, letting your heart lead your footsteps. And in doing so, you will be surprised how the synergy of source and your heart create a synergy that empowers and evolves, transcends any pain or hurt in the world.
I believe that. And I do also believe that there's nothing that is sent to us or given to us that we cannot handle. God has given you the strength to go through what you're going through. You are not a coward. You are a powerful person that becomes that showing up, that getting out, that standing out of that bed, that standing and getting out of that mindset will be able to bring that synergy that Val is talking about, to be able to give to others what you got.
Absolutely. And the more we do this work, the right people just keep on showing up, just like you and me. I mean, for those that are listening, we were left behind in a tour in the middle of London in a very cold night. We had to get on a cab an hour and a half. And when I saw you, Monica, I just knew that there was a higher divine purpose. I genuinely felt that. And I asked that moment, I said, you know, what is it about this situation that I'm not seeing that it's for my highest good and the good of others? And these open-ended questions that I want to share with all of you, when you ask from a place of oneness and openness versus, why is this happening to me? I can't believe yet another hardship.
Another moment.
Yeah. And shift that around with questions that are of high vibration in unity with source to open possibilities. The more questions that you do in high frequency and oneness, the more results you're going to see. And nothing for me has gone to the agenda of the moment here or anything in my life. I have let go of a home for 3 years. March, it'll be 3 years. And I follow God's lead. I follow, like today I was supposed to leave this hotel. Now I'm staying. I didn't know I was going to an event that I now am going. So
we're all going.
You live a life that is lighter and that you're just truly believing that you are open to God's plan versus your own agenda. And when you do that, now you either show up and say yes, or when God wants to use you as a vessel of his love on earth, he will shake it to make it happen.
Yes.
In my case, in Peru, I was going for 8 days.
That's an incredible story.
And I stayed 8.5 months, and I only had a carry-on. So that's where this whole journey really took over for me. When I lost my job, I lost my home, I had a carry-on, no income, stuck in a country that I have never been, didn't know anyone, and it went 8 months with so many testimonials of what we are speaking here, that it is a beautiful way of living with less stress and more faith.
I think that was key. When you live on a carry-on and you go to a place that you were supposed to go for a week and then you stay for 8 months, you start living your real faith. The faith that has been deposited in each and one of us. How was that journey? Tapping into that faith that probably you've never tapped in before. But you were gradually going in there and seeing it happen. Give us a couple of examples.
Well, it wasn't only the limited belief kicked in first. Okay, now I don't have a job, I don't have a home, I don't have an income. How am I going to live? And it was COVID, and Peru was one of the countries that was hit the most with deaths. So I could also potentially die here away from my people. My people, listen to my language back then, my people, when we are all one and we're all family. So that whole my, I, me, my country, it all deleted. It was an illusion. It all went away. And that's really when I started living that I do feel you, Moni, like you are a sister to me, like more close than even blood related. So blood related doesn't mean anything anymore. I'm not Mexican. I am you, you are me. I started living more of I did go into prayer meditation for hours. You know, some of the people that were there as well, they were like, they thought something was wrong with me. I sat under a tree and just literally 7-8 hours.
They talked to God and said, help me out here.
Like what, just show me, right?
Exactly.
And the beautiful things that we were able to do, even under the circumstances, and all that arose from the dead, from places in my heart that I didn't even know existed. I let all that open and flow, and the rest is history. Where we've been able to like move through, you know, different countries, and with again no agenda, and doing beautiful things for all of us, because what happens to you happens to me. What you heal, I heal. So it's not me, Val, the server, making all this happen. It's a faith. It's love. And it just happens in a literally magical way. It does. And we want to invite all listeners to know that this doesn't happen just to some of us that are chosen. It is available to every single one of you. And it's just tapping into and saying, I'm ready. And my quote is, let go and let God show the way. And then you live a magical life. I literally feel like I have a megaphone to heaven. And I could just see, like, when things are not clear, I'm like, okay, so go ahead. Show me a sign where to go, right, left, stop, pause, you know, do whatever. And never second guess that. Despite of anyone going against that truth, that instinct, that inner wisdom that you all have. We all have it. We don't hear that inner voice because we are so polluted by the brokenness of those that love us. But we got to clear our ears out. We have to undust all those spider webs in our heart and just really be a source and a vessel of love for humanity.
That's amazing. Where could people find you on social media?
So I have a website, valalino.com. It's VALALINO.com. And in Instagram and Facebook, it's Val Alino Coach. And those are the places that you can find me. And I do have a YouTube channel that was hacked, but it's coming alive again, and it has beautiful meditations. Bless you. You must be broken, and we pray over you.
Yeah, we pray over all the hackers.
It's Val Alino. I had to take the coach out because that was the one hacked. But there's beautiful meditations and journeys and courses and workshops under YouTube, Val Alino.
Beautiful people from around the world. How powerful it is to connect with you through Monica Go. Thank you for making this happen. We love to be in your hearts, in your homes, in your cars, wherever you are in the world. Just bringing a message so you can lift up, pump it up, let God, let go, let everything go. You could do it. We could all do it. Remember, give it a go because God already gave a go for you. You have a blessed one. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.